Alrighty, PG-13, and this is 1987. Nobody beats G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe Battle Force. Nobody beats G.I. Joe, real American hero. Battle Force 2000. Figures not included, Hasbro cheaped out on this one. Anyways, we have the Vindicator right here, the Dominator, and the Vector. Alrighty, let's get into it. Vindicator, Battle Force 2000. This one has lots of cannons. It looks to be more like a hovercraft vehicle. The cannons do have little rotor blades, or fan blades, whatever you like to call them, and they do rotate. It also has some back cannons, so if someone's on your tail or six, you can take them out. It holds two figures, and there is another gimmick at the bottom. It's transforming. Battle Force 2000. Here's its secondary vehicle, a tiny little boat. Ooh. However, I don't see where the engine is. It's an inboard. It's got a cool screen. You can see that there. And it holds two more figures and 4 missiles. And, the main vehicle should have had 2 more missiles that attached onto this somewhere. That would have been a little bit better in the design. But it's rather cool. This folds back down. And we'll leave it out for now. It is not too bad. Now, somebody mentioned that they didn't have enough to get these vehicles. Well, check out your local collectible stores first, as well as your Kijiji or secondary markets, and you should be able to find them for a reasonable price, even completed. So, before you go and waste your money on eBay shipping, try the buy and sells and stuff like that, Facebook Marketplace. All those places will have cheaper vehicles, and you will find what you want for a better price, and you can always make them an offer. And always check locally first before you go anywhere else. Now we have the Dominator. This is a snow tank. I am missing the dual antenna that plugs in there. And I did have a little green antenna on it, but I was playing with it. This is just from one of those little cheap vehicles. It actually kind of suits it better than that oversized antenna. And I wonder if I have anything else I can fit in there. Plus you can always get reproduction parts. Now this awesome snow tank, the Dominator, I already pre-split it open just to make sure that it does, but this has 3 cannons, the main cannon, and on the turret. The turret does rotate all the way around, and avalanches in there. The Dominator. Round splits apart fairly easily, so it wasn't too hard. And it does have 2 more. Now, this also becomes part of the base, so we're going to move that. Because we're not putting these back together, we're going to have all these pieces ready for the review of the base. This is almost like one of those French tanks that they're sending into, what is that? Into the Ukraine right now to fight against the evil forces of Russia. Anyways, be advised, those Russians are probably sneak attacking us. I mean, they don't have all those Arctic troops there for nothing. And remember, Ukraine's a test run, same size population, or so like with Canada, but then again, the Russians didn't count on our native population, which is also pretty large. So Russia, you try invading Canada and see what happens. We'll give you a fight like you've never seen. Even if you tried nuking us first. Just like cockroaches, everyone will crawl out and rip you apart. Alright. Anyways. And then we'll have to call on our big brother, America, to help. Now, anyways, this does look like one of those French tanks that they sent out to Ukraine. So I actually dig this, the wheeled tanks, because you actually have it more mechanized and it actually rolls. And just like the Persuader, it is pretty friggin' awesome. So I do actually enjoy this tank. It is kind of awesome. And it even looks better. Just like this. It even has room for two at the back. I don't know how well that'll come in. The light's a little bright. And without the figure in it, it just has this little hatch that clips down. So again, this is awesome. It's even got a little crash bar on there. And I'm not too worried about finding the other antenna. I might even find reproduction smaller ones just to put in there, because I don't really like the way oversized antennas that G.I.Joe would put in their vehicles. So kind of ridiculous and stupid. If you ask me, a lot of, but oh well. Some of them look better even without the antennas. But nonetheless. Anyways, this would be a cool army builder. I might actually have to get some more of these. I love these little mini tanks. See, now that's cool. Even by itself. Now if this was camouflaged, even made a little larger. Oh. Reminds me of the Slugger. I love that vehicle. Anything that could roll. Now the Vector, straight out of Minions. The Vector, super crammed canopy. And well, it's very hard to fit your figures in here, so only certain figures might fit in here. And I do have two Vectors. Vector. And this does have some laser cannons. It has 4 laser cannons, 2 tiny ones, and wheels that actually do roll. So again, but they could have been made a little larger. This wheel looks too small. Oh, yeah, they do roll. So again, they do have these cheesy little clips, so might be prone to snapping, but it does have 4 missiles on the bottom. And well, the tank didn't have any missiles. Huh. Nice when the tanks have extra missiles included. This pot at the back comes off to go into part of the base. And you just pull, wiggle and pull. Some people say it comes out smoothly. Anyways, we'll try making sure it's straight, and then it should pull out. Alright, and this is how it is. This opens up just like so. A lot of friggin' detail on this. Now I love this design. This reminds me of like the Flying Fortresses. Also, make sure your guns are pointed down, because they can catch on this, and then that's how a lot of them get snapped off. And look at that. This is awesome. Like I said, it reminds me of the Flying Fortresses, with the Flying Fortress when they have the nice dome bubble. I love these kinds of designs with the laser cannons. It's just friggin' spectacular. And this does rotate on its own. So, no one can creep up on your 6. They got you covered from the rear. Now, they should have made bigger cannons for the Vector in the front. Because, I mean, look how cheesy and small those are. But, again, the cockpit also should have been made larger. Now, you might be able to cut out the seat and do a little bit of a customizing on this. But well, all in all, you could probably just find a less, how you say, designed figure, you know, that doesn't have all the extra pockets and stuff, so it might fit the earlier Joes better. That's why I had a custom in there that I did, and I guess that's Tracker's head on that custom. I put that figure in there, you know, on Slipstream's body, because he had one of those stupid masks that magnetize in. But you can see here, this figure fits in there nice and easy, compared to having to cram these other figures in there, like Maverick. And a lot of these weapons for these figures were oversized handles. This one's not too bad, but again, the gun butt has to be longer, so might snap off a finger. This one here definitely is a little bit thick, so it could be shaved down a little bit. Same with blasters, you know. I think this is Knockdown's weapon, Avalanche's weapon, and we have Dodger's. Again, the handles are a little thick. However, this one might be okay, but a little thick. And for some reason, I have a black one. I don't know where this one came from. And before I had my carving knife, I tried melting it a little bit and squeezing it. Actually, didn't turn out as good. So, anyways, and I didn't even bother picking up one of the weapons. I think it was for Dodger, because the handle is just too thick. I know where it is, I can still get it, but you know, maybe one day I'll complete him, but oh well. For now, you know, another collecting tip is just get all the smaller stuff first if you want, and then later on, you know, get the bigger items, or get smaller items and then a few bigger items in between. You know, you collect at your own pace, and you know, just go in it for the long haul. Sometimes you might want to save up and get something really large. Sometimes you want to get something smaller. But all in all, build your collection at your own pace and try shopping locally first, and you'll be amazed what you find in the buy and sells in your own city, as well as your collecting, your collecting stores. So try there first. And remember, even Hasbro is made in China. So Operation Recall and Call Sign Longbow, if there is a war with China, well, we won't be getting those figures. Anyways, we'll have a quick overview of these vehicles. And there you go. I do love these. Well, like I said, I do have two, but again, you know, if they would have designed the cockpit a little larger, that figure would have fit in there way better. But oh well. Kinda sucks that way. And make the wheels a little larger. You know, I hate when Hasbro cheaps out. And even all those people collecting classified, like I said, all your stuff is made in China. So Hasbro and all those other, like Call Sign Longbow and Operation Recall, you better move your factories to Mexico. Or even the States for that matter. Then you don't have to wait as long. Anyways, thanks for watching, and remember, subscribe, share the videos with others, and Battle Force 2000! Yo, Joe! Nobody beats G.I.Joe!